we ask ourselves the question, when someone speaks to us, how quickly do we respond? When the daughters of Tzlofchad approached Moshe and asked to inherit their father's portion of the land of Israel, here in Parshas Pinchas, the Torah tells us that Moshe did not respond to them immediately. Now, it's a great lesson for us, just in general, not to respond the second someone else finishes speaking, because we want to show them that we were actually listening to them. If we respond immediately so quickly, then they may think that we didn't even hear what they said. If we pause, then we're able to show them that we actually took in what they said and then we're responding. Otherwise, they think that we weren't listening, we were busy thinking of our response instead of fully listening to what they were saying. So that's a beautiful lesson, which is very applicable. But there's another one, and that is Moshe's response. Moshe goes to bring the issue in front of Hashem, and the Torah tells us, Vayakrev Moshe's mishpatan lifnei Hashem. And the suggestion is that Moshe just didn't know the answer. He didn't know what to do, so he brought it to Hashem. Hashem, what should I do? The Chafetz Chaim suggests that Moshe did know the answer. Moshe did know what the halacha was. Yet there was something else going on here, that Moshe felt that he couldn't be objective. And he was trying to be honest with himself in being objective. Why? Why couldn't he be objective? So the answer to that is that when the daughters of Tzlofchad approached Moshe, they described their father as having died in the desert as a result of his own sin, and that he had not been one of the followers of Korach. So Moshe was worried, says the Chafetz Chaim, that perhaps his judgment of this case would be impaired because ding, 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 the word Korach was mentioned, and that was a situation that touched Moshe in a very personal way. And so Moshe thought to himself, maybe he wouldn't be objective, maybe he would favor the Benos Tzlofchad and wouldn't be objective because of the fact that he knew that their father died, but not through the sin of Korach. And so we learn a tremendous lesson from Moshe, and that is, are we conscious of the ability that we have to be objective? There are times in life when we're asked to give someone advice or judge a person's behavior, and we're challenged with the question of our own objectivity. And in those situations, it's important for us to pause, to stop, to be honest with ourselves, to look at all of the parts of the discussion and to ask ourselves the question, are we being like Moshe? Are we making sure that we don't have negios, we don't have connections that are really swaying or influencing our behavior in giving advice, in judging the situation? And if we do so, if we stop, if we pause before we respond, then we will certainly be able to have more clarity in making sure that we do the correct thing. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.